Welcome to class 5 of 15 days TCS and QT Cracker series. Today we are going to discuss the problems on problem solving, that is a subsection of logical ability part of TCS and QT. So this is one of the hardest part in TCS and QT. So we are going to do a lots of questions from these sections, and we will try to understand the types of questions that usually they ask. So they usually ask questions on sitting arrangement. Sitting arrangements can be linear sitting arrangement, circular sitting arrangement, and double row arrangement. We are going to do questions from each of these. We are going to do two questions from linear sitting arrangement. We are going to do two questions from circular sitting arrangement. We are going to do two questions from double row arrangement. From blood relation, we are going to do two questions, and from data arrangement, we are going to do again two questions. So total, we are going to solve 10 questions, two from each of the sections. So let us look into first of the questions. So we have 9%. There are 9%. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I are watching a movie in a theater sitting in a row facing facing north. As because the nine persons are sitting in a row, this is a question of linear sitting arrangement. So once we are confirmed about the sitting place of each of the students, we can solve any number of questions on this particular information. So what I will do is that from this information, I'm going to fix each of the sitting position of each of the person. And once we are done with this, we are going to solve these two questions. You can try making the sitting arrangement on your own. And there are more questions on this particular information in our quiz section. So let us start. So we have total 9%. So we are going to make 9 blocks. Each of the block is going to represent each of the person. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have total 9 blocks. This is our left hand side, and this is our right hand side. Left hand side and right hand side. And using this information, we are going to fill the information or fill the rows. So the first information they are saying is that B is at the end of one row. So there are two of the ends, so B can be sitting anywhere. B can be sitting here or B can be sitting here. We don't know for sure. Now, one thing important I should mention is that all the positions are given relative to one person to another. So the first thing that we have to do is to find one absolute position, and once we are sure of an absolute position, we can fill the rest of the position relative to that position. So B is at the end of the row. I don't know which end, so this information is now useless for us. H is seated adjacent to both F and G. I don't know where F and G is sitting. C is immediate right of D. So I don't know where D is. So I also don't know what is immediate right of D will be. And at third place to the right of E. A is immediate left of F. F is at third place to the left of B. So now this is an important information. F is at third place left of B. So B and third place left of B. So if B is here, there is no left hand side of B. So B must be placed here, and third place left of B. This is 1, this is 2, and this is F. So F is present here. Now we have placed B and F. So let us cross B from here and let us cross F from here. Now B is at the end of the row. This information is exhaustive. I don't require this one. F is at the end F is at the third place to the left of B. This is also exhausted. Now, H is seated adjacent to both F and G. H is seated both adjacent to F and G. So H is adjacent to F as well as G. So G can be here, G can be here. So I'm not sure of this. C is immediate right of D third and at the third place right of E. A is immediate left of F. So A is immediate left of F. So this is immediate left of F. So this will be A. This information is exhausted and A is put into its correct position. Now we can see H is both adjacent to F and G. So I can put here H and this will be G. So H is exhausted, G is exhausted. So we are left with C, D, E and I. So H is sitting adjacent to both F and G. This is also exhausted. C is immediate right of D and at third position right of E. Third position right of E. So if E is here, the third position right of E, 1, 2, 3. So E have to be placed here and third position C is immediate right of D and at third place right of E. So 1, 2, 3. C will be placed here and D C is immediate right of D, immediate right. So D and immediate right of D is C and here I is left. So this is our final position. So first is E, then I, then D, C, A, F, H, G, B. So you can go through this information again and you can check all the places are evaluating or satisfying all the conditions that are given in the question. So once we have made this sitting arrangement, let us come to the question. Who is sitting at the center of the row? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So A is at the center of the row. So the correct answer is A. Who is at the other end of the row? So B is at one of the end. So on the other end, E is there. So the correct option is B. So this was our whole question. So first we find the absolute position. First we find the absolute position of a member, and depending upon this absolute member, we are going to place all the other members relative to it. So I would encourage you to solve this question on your phone. There is a similar question given in the quiz where I have used the same information and the same placement of the student. You can attempt that question and try it on your own. So let us go to the next question. What they're saying is that there are a total of 11 friends sitting in the first row of this stadium watching a cricket match. So there are 11 students. So there will be total 11 seats. So let us first make total 11 seats. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, this is 9, this is 10, and this is 11. So there are total 11 seats for each of the 11 students. P is immediate left of P and third of U. This is a relative position I cannot work with right now. V is immediate neighbor of M and N and third to the left of S. Again a relative position. M is second to the right of Q, who is at the one of the end. Now this is an absolute position, so let us try. So this is our left hand side and this is our right hand side. Now M is second to the right of Q, which is at the end. So Q have to be placed at this end to get some element to it to the right of Q. So M is second to the right of Q. So M will be placed here. So this information is exhausted and we have placed M and we have placed Q. Now we can place rest of this one. So V is immediate neighbor of M and N and third to the left of S. R is sitting right next to P and P is second to the right of O. And now T is immediate left of P and third to the right of U. So let us try to think. V is immediate neighbor of M and N. The V is immediate neighbor. So immediate neighbor of M and N. If V is placed here, then it will be immediate neighbor of M and Q. But V is immediate neighbor of M and N. So N will be here and V will be here. So N is placed and V is placed. V is immediate neighbor of M and N and third to the left of S. Third to the left of S. So if S is here, 1, 2, and 3. So S will be placed here. So this information is exhausted and we have placed S. So let us review whatever we have done. So V is immediate neighbor of M and N. V is immediate neighbor of M and N and third to the left of S. Third to the left of S. Now, R is sitting next to the right of P and P is second to the right of O. T is immediate left of P and third to the right of U. And third to the right of U. Now we can like imagine few things. What are those things? Let us see. Whatever we are left with, we are left with O, we are left with P, we are left with R, we are left with T, we are left with U, and we are left with W. T is immediate to the left of P and T is immediate left of P and third to the right of U. R is sitting next to the right of P and P is second to the right of O. So we can like what is the position according to this statement? We have P. R is sitting next to the right of P. So R will be here and P is second to the right of O. So if it is second to the right of O, there will be something here and there will be O. So O space P R. Now this information is done. Let us go to the next one. T is immediate left of P. T is immediate left of P. So this will be T and third to the right of U. Third to the right of U. That means 1, 2 and U. Third to the right of U. So if I place this particular stuff, so we have like 4 places here and 4 places here. So it will be O, T, P, R. I can place here O, T, P, R. Then it is saying that T is immediate left of P and third to the right of U. So this will be third. So S and O here. So this will be your U. So we have placed U, we have placed T, we have placed O, and we have placed P, and we have also placed R. So we are only left with W, and there is only one place left. So we are going to place W. So this is our sitting arrangement. So who is sitting at the center of the row? Who is sitting at the center of the row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So U is sitting at the center of the row. This is our correct option. Who is following the people sitting to the right of S? Sitting to the right of S. So the people who are sitting to the right of S are these people. Right of S. So O T E R is right of S. So the correct option is B. This is a wrong option. This is wrong, and this is wrong. So I have made the sitting arrangement from this given particular information. You can try this question on your own and try to do this question and try to make this sitting arrangement on your own. Let us go to the next question. Now, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H are eight friends sitting around a circle facing towards the center. So we have total eight friends. Total eight friends sitting in a circle. So this is one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So total eight position. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Now they are sitting round a circle facing towards the center. If the people or if the person face towards the center, then right is your anti-clockwise direction. Remember this. If the persons face towards each other, then right is your anti-clockwise direction and left is your clockwise direction. If the people face towards the center, face towards center, and if the people face outside the center or face opposite to the center, face opposite to the center, to the center, so this will just get reverse. Right will be your clockwise rotation and left will be your anti-clockwise rotation. So please remember this. Now, apart from that, a circular motion or a circular sitting arrangement can be done on the basis of relative positions only. Because when you are in a circle, this can be a starting position, this can be a starting position, this can be a starting position. Any one of the positions can be your starting positions. So it doesn't matter what position you start. So you can just start. H is not the neighbor of E and D, and he is sitting immediate to the left of A. Left of A. So what I can do, I can place A here, and H is left of A. So what we know, facing towards the center, left is clockwise. So here it will be H. So we have put H and we have put A. Now we have exhausted this particular information. Now, G is the neighbor of E. G is the neighbor of E. F is immediate right of D. C is sitting between E and F. So now, G is G is the neighbor of E. G is the neighbor of E. So if G is placed here, one of the neighbor will be H and another of the neighbor will be E. Now, uh, E and D. H is not a neighbor of E and D. Yes, H is not a neighbor of E and D. This condition is also exhausted. G is neighbor of E. Fine. F is immediate right of B. F is immediate right of B. C is sitting between E and F. We know this is F. This is C is sitting between E and F. So C is sitting between E and F. So this will be F and this will be C. Now F is immediate right of B. So this is B and anti-clockwise direction. So this is right of A. Only one thing is left, or only one person is left. So this is D. So this is our position. We have A, we have H, we have G, we have E, we have C, we have F, we have B. Now, which of the following statement is true? E is sitting between F and B. E is sitting between F and B. No. E is sitting between C and G. This information is wrong. F is neighbor of G. F is not neighbor of G. This information is wrong. G is sitting between H and E. Yes, G is between H and E. This information is correct. H is sitting between H is sitting between A and D. H is sitting between A and D. No, H is sitting between A and G. This information is also wrong. So the correct option is C. Now, what is the position of D? On the immediate left of B. Immediate left of B. Yes, because immediate left of B. So B clockwise direction, and we will have your D. Second to the right of F. Second to the right of F. No, this is second to the left of F. Second to the left of F, because from F you have to go in the clockwise direction. That means you are going towards the left hand side, not on the right hand side. Between B and F, D is not between B and F. On the immediate left of A, no, it is immediate right of A, because from A we have to go anti-clockwise direction. So this information is wrong, this information is wrong, and this information is wrong. So the correct information is option A. So this is our correct answer on the immediate left of B. So I hope this was clear to you. Now let us go to a similar question. This is also a sitting arrangement question. So there are total of 7 friends. So as because there are 7 friends, I'm going to make a circle and 7 positions, like 1, then 2, then 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, they are sitting in a circle facing the center of the circle. If they face to the center of the circle, we know right direction means anti-clockwise and left means clockwise. Now with this, V is second to the left of S and is neighbor of T and U. So if I can place S here, second to the left of S, that means we travel clockwise direction, and V will be placed here, second to the left of S, and is neighbor of T and U. Who is neighbor of T and U? V is neighbor of T and U. So T will be placed here or V will be placed here. I'm not sure of the position. Now they're saying that S is not a neighbor of T or R. So definitely T will be placed here and U will be placed here. So we have placed S, we have placed U, we have placed V, and we have placed T. So what we are doing, V is second to the left of S, V is second to the left of S, and is neighbor of T and U. T and U. Fine. S is not a neighbor of R and T. No, S is not a neighbor of R and T. P is neighbor of Q and R. So there are 3 positions and P is neighbor of Q and R. So P will be placed here. Now R can be placed here and R can be placed here. But R cannot be placed here because R cannot be neighbor of S. So R have to be placed here and Q have to be placed here. So this is our sitting arrangement. Now, which of the following is correct? Q is between P and S. Q is between P and S. This is true. S is between U and P. S is between U and P. No, S is between U and Q. So this option is wrong. Now, T is immediate right of V. T is immediate right of V. No. If we start from V and we want to go to T, we have to travel to the clockwise direction. We have to travel in the clockwise direction. So T is immediate left of V, not right of V. So this is wrong. U is immediate right of V. U is immediate right of V, immediate left of V. So from V, if you want to go to U, you have to travel in the anti-clockwise direction. So it should be right of V. So this option is also wrong. So the correct option is U, P, and S. Now, which of the following has the pair with the second person sitting to the immediate right of the first person? That means we have this first person, and the right of this first person will be a second person. So if we look at Q. So if we look at Q, the right of Q is, if we go to the anti-clockwise direction, right of Q is right of the first person. So if we have Q, fine. If we have Q, and if we travel to the right of Q, if we travel to the right of Q, we will get, in the anti-clockwise direction, we are getting P. So this option is wrong. V. If we travel right of V, if we travel right of V, we get U. So this option is correct. Now T. We have T. Right of T. Right of T is V. So this is wrong. And P. Right of P is Q. So this option is also wrong. So the correct option is B. So I hope this was clear to you. Now let us go to the next question. This is a group-wise pattern question, or we have to make groups. So let us see how we can make groups. So we have Ria, Sia, Gia, and Mia. We have four girls. Ria, then we have Sia, then we have Gia, and we have Mia. We have four girls. And we have four boys. Taksh, Aksh, Vansh, and Karan. Now we are going to look into the information and try to make particular groups for the particular girls so that they can dance together. So what they are saying, that there are four girls and there are four boys. All were supposed to dance there. Ria did not dance with Tusk or Vansh. That means Ria did not dance with Taksh or Vansh. That means Ria danced with Aksh or Karan. I don't know any one of them. Gia knew only disco dance, and Ask and Vansh did not know disco. Vansh did not know disco. That means Tash and Karan. So it is Gia. So I have written it wrong here. So for Gia knew only disco, and Ash and Vansh did not dance together. So this will be Taksh and Karan. Fine. Now, Mia and Vansh are bitter enemies and won't dance to each other. So Mia is not going to dance with Vansh. That means she can dance with Taksh, she can dance with Karan, and she can dance with Ash. Fine. Now Karan's partner is Jia. Jia, it wants given a choice. Given a choice, we have Jia only disco dance. Now, what we can write is that Sia, there is no particular information. We have Ria, we have Jia, we have Jia, we have Mia, and given a choice, and then we have again Mia, and Karan's partner is Jia. So Sia can dance with anybody, like she can dance with Tusk, she can dance with Ash, she can dance with Vansh, and she can dance with Karan. Now, Karan's partner is Jia. So Jia is dancing with Karan. So Taksh is eliminated. And if Jia is dancing with Karan, so Karan cannot dance with Ria. Karan cannot dance with Sia. So both of them are eliminated. Now, and this is also eliminated. So fine. What we know then, if this is eliminated, Ria is dancing with Ash, and Ashk is eliminated from here, and Ashk is eliminated from here. That means Mia is dancing with Tusk, and if Mia is dancing with Tusk, Tusk is eliminated from here. That means Sia is dancing with Vansh. So this is our correct pattern. So Ria is dancing with Ash, Sia is dancing with Vansh, Jia with dancing with Karan, and Mia is dancing with Tusk. And who is Mia's dance partner? Mia's dance partner is Tusk. So this is our correct answer, and rest of the options are wrong. Fine. So this was your group-wise pattern. So if we understood this question, let us go to a little bit harder question. So let's see. Let us read the question first. Anuj, Bina, Chirag, Divesh, Ishan are five friends. They are five friends. They have their birthdays from June to October, each one born in each of these months. So each of the friends is born in one of these months. Each one likes one particular item from for his or her birthday out of cake, chocolate, pastry, ice cream, and pancakes. Okay, so there are 5 months, five friends, and five items. So you have to say which person is born on which month and what that particular person likes out of these five items. So before we start, let us first make a table. So what will be that table? So there will be 3 rows and 5 columns. One, two, and three. 5 columns. One, two, three, 4, and 5. So let us denote this as June. This will be July. This will be August. This will be September, and this will be October. Now we have 5 friends: Anuj, Bina, Chirag, Divesh, and Ishan. Let us write Ishan on the above. We have Ishan. And we have 5 items. What are these? What are those items? We have cake, we have chocolate, we have chocolate, we have pastry, we have ice cream, and we have pancakes. Now let us try to group them together. The one who likes pancakes is born in August. So whoever is born in August like pancakes. Pancakes. Chirag does not like pancakes but brings cake for Divesh in September. So September, Divesh like cakes and birthday of Divesh is at September. So cake is accounted for and we know that Divesh like cake. Now Ishan, who is fond of ice cream. So Ishan is fond of ice cream. So ice cream is accounted for, is born to the next month immediately after Bina. Bina does not like ice cream or chocolate. Bina does not like ice cream or chocolate. That means Bina might like Bina might like pastry, Bina might like pancakes, and Bina might like chocolate. Bina does not like ice cream or chocolate. Ice cream and cake is accounted for. Ice cream and cake is accounted for. So from chocolate, the rest of the remaining is pastry, pancake, and pastry, pancake, ice cream, chocolate, and this. So this is accounted for. So we can see that Bina likes pastry and pancakes. Bina likes pastry and pancakes because Bina does not like ice cream or chocolate. So ice cream is already accounted for and chocolate is not accounted. Cake is already accounted for. So we are only left with pastry and pancakes. So Bina likes pastry or pancakes. Now, the one who likes pancakes is born in August. Chirag does not like pancakes. Chirag does not like pancakes. So if Chirag does not like pancakes, Chirag will like. If Chirag does not like pancakes, Chirag will like chocolate or pastries. Chocolate or pastries. Any one of them. So Chirag does not like pancakes. Chirag does not like pancakes but brings cake for Divesh in September. Ishan, who is fond of, is immediately after Bina. Immediately after Bina. So what we can see from here is that, what we can see from here is that, uh, like Bina cannot born here because immediately after August, uh, like if Bina cannot be born here because immediately after July, this is August, and whoever has born in August like pancakes, but Ishan like ice cream. So Bina have to born here, Bina born here, and after Bina, Ishan is born. Ishan is born and he likes ice cream. Bina, Ishan, Divesh, and what do we know? Chirag does not like pancakes. So Chirag won't be born here. So Chirag will born in October. So we are now left with Anuj. So Anuj like your pancakes. Anuj like pancakes. So if Anuj like pancakes, then pancakes is accounted for. So Bina will like pastry. So if Bina likes pastry, so whatever is left, Chirag will like chocolate. So this is our total group. So Bina was born in June and she likes pastry. Ishan was born in July. He likes ice cream. Anuj was born in August and he likes pancakes. Divesh was born in September and he likes cakes. Chirag was born in October and he likes chocolate. Now, What is the choice of Chirag? Chirag likes chocolate. Now, which month Ishan was born? Ishan was born in July. So this is your option. So that's it. That was your group by or grouping according to some particular criteria. So now let us move on to the next question, that is question number 7. This is a question from blood relation. That means you have to tell how one person is related to the another person. So a woman introduces a man. So there is a woman. He introduces a man as the son of the brother of her mother. Son of the brother of her mother. So woman, we have mother, son of the brother of her mother. So this is mother and then brother and son. So this is the relationship. So woman, mother, mother's brother's son. So obviously this woman and man will be cousin to each other. So this is option number C. So that was a simple question. Let us go to the next question. A man said to a lady, there is a man, and he tells a lady, what he tells to the lady, your mother's husband's sister, your mother's husband's sister is my aunt. Your mother, like mother's husband, mother, mother's husband, husband, sister, sister is my aunt. Fine. So let us think. Your lady's mother's husband's sister is aunt. So if this particular person is aunt to this particular man, that means this man will be the father and this will be the mother. So this is the father, this is the mother. So yours mother, so lady's mother and this man's mother is same. So that means man and this lady are brothers and sisters. That means they are sibling. So that means option number D is correct. So this was your blood relationship. I would urge you or I would encourage you to make this particular mind diagram, and that will help you to visualize the relationships. The first, try to make the interconnected diagrams, then try to work out the relationship between each of the people. Now, the last of our type is we have done this linear arrangement, we have done the circular arrangement, we have done the double row arrangement. In double row arrangement, we have found out the dance partner, we have found out the person who has born in a particular month and their favorite item. We have also done two questions from blood relation. Now the last question is from data arrangement. So let us see what kind of question that you can expect in your data arrangement. So they are saying that first and the second digit of each numbers given below are interchanged. So before looking into the question, let us imagine that the three-digit number is A, B, and C. How can I say that the number is a three-digit number? I can say that the number is a three-digit number because all the options given here are three-digit. So the first and the second digit of each of the numbers given below are interchanged. So this is first and this is second. So first and the second digit is interchanged. So we get A, B, A, C. Then the first and the last of the first and the last digits of the new number, those forms are interchanged. That means first these are interchanged, then this will be interchanged. So we will get C, A, B. So which of the following number will be highest after the interchange? So if we interchange the options, then among these four options, which will be the highest number? So let us see this. We can just imagine is that the last or the unit place comes to the first. So whichever number has the highest unit place will be your maximum number. So 5, 4, 7, 9, 4. So the highest unit digit is 9. So the highest number after interchange will be 489. So for 4, 8, 9, this will be A, this will be B, and this will be C. So after the process of interchange, we will get 9, 4, 8, which will be our highest number. You can also check for the rest of the numbers as well. So 165, we will get 5, 1, 6, 5, 1, 6, 5, 1, 6. Then for 3, 5, 4, we will get 4, 3, 5. That means 4, 3, 5. Then for 2, 4, 7. So 7, 2, 4. That means 7, 2, 4. Then for 4, 8, 9. 948, that is 948, and the last option is 234, that is 423, that is 423. So from all these options given here, 948 is our highest value. So now let us move on to the next question. The letters of document are rearranged as they appear in the English alphabet. The position of how many letters remained unchanged after the rearrangement? We have D, O, C, U, M, E, N, T. The letters of the documents are arranged in the alphabetical order. So if we arrange the letters in alphabetical order, we will get first C, this is accounted, then we will get D, this is accounted, then we will get E, this is accounted, then we will get M, then N, M, N, O, we will get O, P, Q, R, S, T, we will get T, and at the end we will get U. So let's see how many numbers have their places unchanged. So we can mark them. So if we look them, the places of this is changed, so this is wrong. The places of O and D are changed, so this is not valid. 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 And this is not valid. So none of the letters are in their correct position. So the correct answer or the correct option is option number A, that is 0. So now that we are done with this, remember one thing. Whenever you are trying to do this sitting arrangement, finding this sitting arrangement is important. And once you have found out this sitting arrangement, you can answer any questions or any number of questions depending upon this information. So what I have done is that I have made this setting arrangement and I have solved two questions, but I have given more questions on this particular information in our quiz test. So you can follow that particular quiz test and try to answer it on your own. So the important thing to remember is that first make this sitting arrangement. Once you have once you have comfortably done this sitting arrangement, you can move on to the next questions. So you remember this: if the people are facing towards the circle or facing towards the center, right side means your anti-clockwise direction and left side means your clockwise direction. Now, if the people are facing to the opposite to the center, then right side is the clockwise direction and left side is the anti-clockwise direction. This is for circular sitting arrangement. And in circular sitting arrangement, we can take any position as the start position and we can put each of the elements in relative to each other. So these are the important information for your circular sitting arrangement. When you are doing the linear sitting arrangement, to first uh, make the number of blocks according to the number of person that are given in the question. So this will be your left hand side and this will be your right hand side. You can reverse this thing, but it is always better to take it this way. This is your left hand side and this is your right hand side. As because this is a linear sitting arrangement, the starting or the ends will differ. So the first thing that you have to do is to find an element that is giving you the absolute position. Once you get the absolute position of a particular person or a particular student, then you can put rest of the positions or rest of the persons according to that absolute positions or around that particular position. So that was your linear arrangement. So we have done two questions from linear arrangement. Try to do these questions on your own. Check if you can make this correct sitting arrangement or not. Then these two questions were from circular arrangement. Please check if you can do it on your own or not. These two questions were your double row arrangement. That is your third type, double row arrangement. In this question, we have found out the dance partners, and in this particular question, we have found out the birth month of a particular person and the item that person likes. This was two questions from blood relationship. Go through them once. This was an easy question. This was a little bit medium question. I won't say it hard, but this was a medium question. You can expect like easy and medium level questions in TCS and QT. And this was a question from your data arrangement. In here, I have arranged a particular number, and in here also I have arranged particular letters of a particular word. So that was your problem solving part. Let us go to the end part. So you can find the rest of the materials in www.campusprep.com. You can take the quiz. You can also find the classwork in the website itself. You can take the quiz. You can practice the classwork, and you will also get a question and a solution PDF. You can join our Telegram group and directly communicate with me. You can give me any constructive criticism or feedback. I will try to surely act upon that. This is my Facebook page and this is our Instagram page. Please follow these two pages to get regular updates. So that's it for today. So in this class we have discussed problem solving. In the next class I will bring another subsection from logical and logical and reasoning ability part. So please follow our Instagram page for our detailed schedule and YouTube for the detailed classes. Thank you and have a nice day.